Hey, Daniel.
Hey,
How are
Nate.
you? One of the big moments, obviously, coming up was going to be your buddy Johnny Russell coming back. And I'm just curious, emotionally, psychologically, all that stuff, what's that going to be like? What do you think?
It's gonna be awesome. I mean, I was just telling Patrick, I was just FaceTiming him and actually left my phone because he's talking to Bees and Roger right now on FaceTime. Johnny Russell in a Salt Lake shirt, Matt Beasley coming back as a legend, and Roger as a coach. So time has changed over here. But yes, it's gonna be special. You know, he's one of my best friends, and it's gonna be awesome to play against him. I'm very excited, and hopefully we get the best of him.
I'm trying to think even if the opportunity would arise, but would you leave one on him if you had the chance,
If
during the
what?
game?
Oh yeah, of course, for sure. He's gonna do it to me for sure.
My other question, and I'll give it to the other guys. What about Matt Beasler? What kind of relationship do you have with him? Your thoughts on him going into the Legends?
You know, he's an unbelievable human being in general. I think you're very close to him as well. You know him and his family, just special people, and he on the field, to be with him, especially as a young player, to have him as a captain when I started my professional career, I was very lucky, very fortunate, and I always say I'm here today because I had role models like him in front of me, and he first day walked up to me like if I ever need anything, and he kept his word. If I ever needed anything, he was there, and I still met up with him for coffee when I was wearing the armband. He gave me tips of how to become a captain in my career, and that's just who he is. And if somebody deserves to be on that wall, that's Matt Beasler's name, and maybe one day the stadium can be named after him too. Like, he's so special in this club, and I think we were all Matt Beasler's fans when we were Sporting KC fans. That was together, So I'm very happy for him and his family, and I hope we can get a win for him.
What can pulling out an unlikely win like you did last time with the stoppage time goals mean as far as giving the team a boost when things haven't been going great?
It's always special. I think there's something to this team to be able to have comeback wins and tie games, being down 2-0, whatever it is. We've done it a couple of times this year, and that shows some character. So we can definitely build on it. And yes, I mean, look, we're going for we want to get that playoff spot at the end of the year, and these points will matter a lot. So we just gotta keep chipping away, and sometimes it's not your day, but if you can get a win in the stoppage time with your subs coming in, that's amazing. That shows a good team.
More on Bees, Dan. When it comes to what he's done after, his playing days, and he's still involved in the KC community, still involved in the soccer community, what does it mean to you guys and some of the guys that are around that knew him well when you played here, that to see him still so active in the community, helping you guys out, helping out the youth? What does it mean for you guys to see him do that around the community?
I'm very happy to see him be involved constantly, and it's one of those things, as I've said, that he was a role model in the locker room, but even as you said, like off the field, you can see how much he cares about the community and people in Kansas City, and that's what we all have to look at and trying to be like him when it comes to finishing your soccer career and how to stay involved in the community. And as I said, in all aspects, just a true legend. And I'm just, every time he pops on the big screen and when we are warming up, because he's doing whatever it is for the club or the city, it's just, it's a good feeling to see him. And it's nice to see him, care about us, because this club means everything for him.
I just wanted to kind of ask you a little bit. When you first came in as an academy guy, homegrown, what was your impressions of Beasler then, and how do you feel like maybe his leadership helped shape your eventual success and career?
So my very first memory actually with Beasler was that I found out that I was going to move here as an exchange student, and that summer was the World Cup, and I was like, let me see who plays from Sporting Kansas City at the national team, and it was Matt Beasler and Graham Zusi. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch every single game and root for these guys. And obviously that was such a fun World Cup 2014, and I think we all remember that. And Bees played unbelievable. So to share locker room after with him, it was special, and he cared about every single player in that locker room, and he led the team to trophies the years before and that first year of mine as well. So yes, definitely special, and I can say I'm very lucky to be in that locker room when he was there.
I was going to ask you about that too. I mean, the World Cup, the way he represented the city. I know you weren't quite from Kansas City yet, but having been here a while, I mean, have you seen what he means to Kansas City in that same stroke?
Exactly, yes, and I think that's a dream in every athlete's mind, and somebody who, especially coming from a different place, to give back to the community and give back to the fans, and he's led by example, and that's something that I always wanted to be like him. So maybe one day I can give the same joy to the fans and the people in this city, because he's someone that I think I always looked up to as I wanted to be. And we always joke that he was, Mr. Kansas City, but like that's who you want to be when you play in this club and this city, because you care about these people, and going around in the city and seeing how people love Matt Beasler, that's because he gave his full heart every single day in this club. So that's the goal, and I hope that one day I can be that role model for the next generation, because that's who he was for me.
And then just kind of switching gears back to this team right now, how close to maybe putting in that complete performance for 90 minutes do you think that this team is?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even the 90 minutes. I think it's just the consistency of like having to do it back to back, couple wins. That would be the goal. I think it's hard to do it 90 minutes, but it's what's missing for us right now is to try to get a little run going, because that's what's gonna secure our spot in the playoffs, and hopefully we can get a win so we can get that stretch going. And this team has something special. As I said, we can do miracles on the field all of a sudden. So once we can get a little bit more consistent, we can be a dangerous team.
Daniel, do you got a favorite Matt Beasler memory, or any memories of what he was like away from the cameras, away from the spotlight, in the locker room, just as a guy?
Honestly, preseason was always amazing. We drive these vans to get to training and back to the hotel, and I was always in his van. He was the driver, and we always played catchphrase with the group who was in there, and whoever had to come in the van, they had to play catchphrase with us, because that was the rule. And it was just really cool to be part of that, because I'm going to be honest, when you're a young player early on, one of these veterans invite you like, yeah, you can, hang out with us. You're like, of course, I'm going to take every second to hang out with you guys, because this is the coolest thing ever. So that's how it was. And then all of a sudden you become friends, and you're picking who should be in the van, and it's really cool. So yes, those preseason moments were always special.
Hey, Daniel, you mentioned how much times have changed with Roger as a coach now, and Matt going into the Legends, and Johnny playing for RSL, and it made me think there's so much history between Sporting Kansas City and RSL from a rivalry perspective, but is it still the same? Have times changed a lot there? Like, what's it like playing against them now?
I think it's always a little bit spicy. I think that club in general, they compete. They always want to just get under your skin, honestly, whoever plays on that team, and you have to respect that. I think we've had great battles. Many times we've won, many times they've won, and it always is a bad feeling when you lose to them. So, but it's so special when you win. So I really think that it's still there. It's different because when obviously we've had times when we competed in the playoffs. That's gonna be always different than a regular season game. But I think their team is a tricky one. You look at them and you wouldn't think that this team is gonna go on the road and beat someone, and then they go to San Diego and get a win. Like they have something. So it's gonna be a good game.
Daniel, thank you very much for the time this morning.
Thank you.